This is Justin Pulitzer. This is a special dedicated video for GLD, and I'm going to walk you through a couple of trade setups that I see developing here in the GLD. So you can see from here, this was the financial crash. The move was from basically 100 down to 66, and then after that there was a steady and increasing rise in gold that came up to the 185.85 level. I apologize for this continuing to go off. It doesn't want to stop. And I think everyone here was thinking that gold was going to go to 200, but it didn't. It reversed and started making a lower high and then lower lows, and we've just been in this bit of a bear flag pattern ever since. And you can see, I'm going to bring this into a more current time frame. We had been retesting this area, and this is now the second test, and here was the third. And I think people were anticipating this break and were getting short, and you could see it was coming down in gaps, and we gapped down here on Friday. It basically stopped right at the 61.8 and then started to rise. So if you take a look inside that bar, 125 minutes. You can see gold came down here with these double bottoms, and there was kind of like some forcing action. I guess it had already been down a lot, and new shorts weren't being rewarded for their efforts. And of course, when that happens, there's a short covering rally, and gold closed well off of its lows. I would have personally, for a long setup, would have liked to have seen some type of excess with like a big, large bottoming tail hammer that reversed and closed higher. But another possibility here, there are three scenarios I'm kind of looking at. One is if gold happens to gap up on Monday and this whole day here becomes excess to the downside. And possibly I don't know if this is going to be possible, but if gold, I shouldn't say it's not possible. Anything's possible in the stock market and in commodities markets. If we were to get some kind of a gap up here over this 114.46, I would say that this would constitute possibly an island reversal. I'm just looking at the futures now. I mean, gold is down a little bit, so that scenario is looking a little less likely. But another possibility would be is if this poor low doesn't get repaired right away, maybe we have some type of a rally back up to retest the breakdown point, and then that would set up really well for a day trade back short. Or if prices accept up there, maybe we did put in a decent low. Another possible scenario which I'm watching is if this does give way, if this bar does give way, this is going to be probably a pretty big short. Because the breakdown then would be confirming. It's also possible price just kind of goes sideways and then has a bit of a breakdown. So I'm setting alerts below this bar here for a short, and then above here for a continued rally for the gap fill, and then maybe flip back to short. So that's what I'm looking for this week in gold. And if we do wind up putting in some type of a good low, maybe we do rally back up to one of these downtrend lines at some point if the rally gets a little bit sharper. But I'm thinking probably a little bit lower. But I am going to be on guard for any of those types of scenarios. So let's just keep alert and set our alerts and make some money on this trade.